much for coming out, guys. I really, really appreciate it. We got some great opportunities this year to unseat some, take some, Republican seats back. And we are here today, joining forces, preaching unity, and doing the thing. It's not just a kickoff for me, it's a kickoff for each and every one of you guys as well. It's about unity, and it's about taking the fight, the good fight on the road. So with that being said, I'm going to allow each of the candidates to introduce you to them and then allow them to speak, and then I'll follow up at the end, say my spiel. So I'm going to start with Brian Cole, because I'm going to go from top to bottom. Come on over, say a few words.
All right, that's easy. I'm State Representative Brian Cole. Running for Congress here in CD1, but tonight I'll put on my little other hat, the chairman hat. I was the chairman of the Minister Republican Committee in 23. In 23, we turned minister for the first time in 36 years red. We got a Republican mayor, Republican Alderman board elected. That was a big deal. It's a lot of work. The following year, we gave 6 state rep seats, we gave a Senate seat, and it's very hard to do. He's doing a tremendous amount of work here in Dover. See the hard work that he's doing, he's door knocking, getting candidates running. I think he can do just fine. And good luck with your senators. Tonight's your night, it's not my night, so I appreciate this.
It's all of our nights, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Brian. So I'm going to start with the Dover people first, and then I'm going to work my way down the line, okay? District 11 works for Lee Madberry, Monique Meadows.
I don't know some of you. So my first time running as a candidate, and first time running as a candidate. So Dover, Ward 4, Lee Madberry. I've had an opportunity to go around and kind of see the landscape that I'm going to be representing, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm told that Democrats always take it, so it's my challenge to get a Republican in there and get to work up in Congress. Been in Dover about just under 10 years. Live in Dover, Ward 4, and excited about working with Shawn and the team. And I know some of you that I campaigned with. And my website's not up yet, but Monique Meadows for State Representative is on Facebook. I would love you guys to follow me until I get my website up. So, thank you.
And guess what? We're taking the fight. We're going to crack it. District 13, Dan Furman. Come on over.
Yes, Dan.
Dan Furman, first of all, thanks Shawn for hosting this and having us here. A little bit of background about for me. I grew up in central New York. I grew up in a conservative area, actually, believe it or not. Anything north of Albany is conservative. Everything south of Albany is all the way left. So, 20 years in the Navy, submarine guy. I got a phone call off a resume, and I asked the shipyard for a couple of different salaries, time off, and some other stuff, and to move my family. I relocated to Dover here in 2011. I've been an active part of the Dover Republican Party, ran for city council twice at large, ran for state rep last time around. I lost by 223 votes, unfortunately, to a 6th-term incumbent in Dover. The guy's Peter Bixby, you might know him. He's a nice enough guy when it comes to a couple of issues, when it comes to the environment and some other things. However, not the guy that Dover should be having representing him. If you are pro no income tax and pro Second Amendment, then I'm probably the guy that you guys want to elect. And I knocked a lot of doors, sent a lot of letters, talked to a lot of folks last time around. I cut an 11-point margin down to less than 5, and I think this year I got a no kidding opportunity to take them up. And hopefully in November 3rd, it's a positive night, and I'm going to Concord, Virginia. So have a good night, folks, and take advantage of Shawn's hospitality.
He's a great activist. He's been around for a while, and I'll tell you, he's no harder worker than these two people right here. Hands down, all the Dover committee has done nothing but fight, fight, fight. Down the hands thing. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have raised what we raised. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I'll give that off to them. District 21, Joe Morganelli. He stepped up for the city at large, minus Ward 4. Joe?
I'm an Air Force police veteran. Did police work here in New Hampshire for 32 years, retired. I'm still out of the workforce.
Speak up. Speak up.
Speak up? Okay.
Top boys.
My outside voice. I'm a huge proponent of our veterans. I hate to see any homeless veterans. First responders, but also here in New Hampshire, I had the opportunity to own my own home at 26 years old, and then build my own home at 31 years old. And at the same time that I pursued a law enforcement career, I managed and operated a very successful entertainment business for 25 years. Our business owners and our homeowners need a break. And I'm a huge proponent of having affordable housing and not pricing our people out of Dover. So I'm looking for your vote. Representing District 21, all of the city of Dover except Ward 4. Thank you.
Let me see, who do I have here? We initially didn't have somebody running in this seat, and I talked to her tonight, and she wants to be a delegate. She wants to put her name under the ballot, help us out, and I really appreciate her stepping up, Deborah Childs. I put people on the spot.
Okay, I didn't plan on speaking. I'm Deborah Childs. I'm the former Deputy Chief of Staff of the New Hampshire House. I've run as state rep twice in my life. I'm in Ward 1, so there was nobody running, and I think every voter deserves a choice, regardless of what who is generally voted in, as you know. So I will put my name on. I am also, there may be one conflict I'm just trying to resolve before I sign the paperwork tomorrow. I am kind of a lobbyist for term limits on Congress, so just need to make sure.
Make sure you disclose that on your paperwork. You just can't vote on the issue.
Okay.
That's a disclosure thing.
Yeah, so I do have a website. I'll just need to update it. I haven't run for office in 6-8 years, so
all right. Another thing is, guys, she's a big supporter of term limits. I signed my card today. I'm big into federal term limits, 2-term limits. So if you believe in that, please get with her to sign that card. I signed mine today. I'm 150% on board with that.
yeah, so it is just term limits on Congress, not at the state level. I don't support term limits at the state level, but I am big on getting term limits on Congress to bring Congress back to a citizen legislature like we have in New Hampshire. So we do try to get pledge signers elected. So if you support term limits on Congress, connect with me. We'll sign a pledge and talk about how we can support your campaign. I also work for Jim Kofalt for Speaker. I'm his campaign manager. Jim Kofalt is here, Speaker Pro Tem of the New Hampshire House, so happy to talk to you about his campaign as well.
Thank you. Nice job. So the next step, Dover, about a year and a half ago, Summersworth was going through some turmoil, and we couldn't get people to step up and run the committee. So Dover decided to say, hey, let's take Summersworth and Rollinsford people in under a wing and help rebuild them and get them active with us. So we got some solid state reps over there as well. I'm going to start with Homero, District 12. So in this case, just so that you guys know, we need to do a write-in campaign for him. There were some mistakes at city clerk's office. Put him as undecided, but he's really a Republican. So we're doing a write-in campaign for the primary for him to get him on the ballot officially for the thing. Ramiro,
How
come on
many
up.
votes to do that?
35.
35.
Come on up.
First of all, thank you, Shawn, for hosting this. Your great support with the Greater Dover Republican Committee. Now, a little bit about me. Is it loud enough? Yes?
What?
All right. So
What?
for me, I graduated high school. I went on to Marine Corps. So I served in the Marine Corps
Semper
about
Fi.
4 years.
Yeah, this guy knows.
I'm a first generation college student. So I went on to college afterwards. After that, I lived overseas for a number of years. So I lived in Southeast Asia. So for those familiar with, I lived in Southern Philippines. So my region was Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, well, it's called Burma, Myanmar, that area. So after that, I came back to the States. I ended up getting a job with National Security in DC as a federal employee. While I was there, I taught simultaneously, concurrently, at George Washington University, Georgetown American University. So my background, what I specialize in, is political violence and terrorism. And so I was living in Kosovo prior to coming to New Hampshire, and I came to New Hampshire to take a job at UNH. At UNH, I teach with the Department of Security Studies, and I teach political violence. Same time, I'm the internship coordinator. In that aspect, I am meeting with police departments across the Seacoast to place students there for internships. So this is my first time running for any political office. I am a longtime Republican. When I was in DC, I was a member of the Young Republicans there and other organizations, the Heritage Foundation as well. I am not well known out here, John Birch Society. And so I bleed red. And so this is my first time, and with the help of John, with the help of Shawn, I hope to get on the ballot and represent District 12. Now, District 12, the representation we have there. With that said, I guess anyone can get elected in District 12 based on who's elected now, right? And the big issue are taxes. It's not sustainable, particularly for elderly folks. I mean, what's going to happen 30 years from now, 20 years from now? And the thing is, people are being displaced because there's constant development, like here in Dover, Somersworth. For example, even practical things. So what is practical? Building a building that's 4 stories high, where your fire department doesn't have a ladder that goes up that high, for wire pressure. So now you build a building, now you have to fund to upgrade the fire department. Where's that money going to come from? Taxes. And so this is going on, right? Last year, Somersworth went over the tax cap to show what? The roads are bad. In talking with the police department, Somersworth, arrests are going up high. I think they had 1,300 arrests last year. A lot of it's drugs. And so with your support, I hope to represent District 12. That's it.
I'm honored by Sheriff of the party, Stratford County Chairman, David Hilton. No, Ken Hilton.
I just want to encourage everybody. It is so good to see everybody out this evening. Huge blessing. So you guys keep up the good work. I am standing in for Scott Maltzy tomorrow, so I'm going to be there signing anybody who's last minute filers. We're going to be there at the Secretary of State signing everybody in and doing the appointments. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. It's so good to see so many people. When I first came to New Hampshire, and I was part of the Republican committee at in Somersworth, we had 3 people, literally, and that was back in 18. And I ended up running for mayor and lost. So, but we have to step up. We have to be involved. We have to be willing to put our names on the line and knock the doors, talk to our neighbors, get to know people. And it takes a lot of work, but this is a long fight. It's not just this election. We want to win this election, but we're in it to win it for the long haul. Elliot and I were talking earlier that we need to get more young people involved. It's good to see Hannah here this evening, Matt, Cynthia running, or Deborah running. We have to hand it off to the next generation. Matt, Shawn. You know, we look around the NHGOP, got an awful lot of gray hairs. You know, and that's not a bad thing, but we got to be willing to hand it off, share the wisdom that we have, and hand it off to the next generation. Because, you know, yeah, we don't live forever, but we want to leave our families a good thing. So you guys keep up the good work. Thank you very much for coming out. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, I want to, so I will try to. And I'm good at knocking doors, but I can't knock everybody's door. So you guys work, talk to your family, friends, neighbors, get to know them, let them know that you're running, that you're willing, and keep up the good work, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. I gotta go home. My wife's been away for 3 nights, and this is the first night we're gonna be together, so it's a good night.
Ken, just to let you know, I want to join you because I got gray hairs in my whiskers now, so I'm getting that. No, I'm joking. I can't believe it. I'm going to be turning 45 next week.
You're still a baby.
Matt Freeman's birthday was yesterday. 4-0. So, with this being said, the most important thing is we got to take over the county commission spots. We need to take the fight to the county commission so we can overturn Stratford County in general. So I got Susie and Rice running for District 1, County Commissioner, include Somersworth. Come on over.
Thank you, Shawn. So I have a couple of little trivia things or some fun stuff to share with you. It took me 63 years to figure out that in my name I have the words USA. S at the beginning and N at the end. Susan, S-U-S-A-N. With that said, that started to make its way into my campaign. So a little bit about me. I'm an Army daughter, I'm an Army mother, but I'm proud to be a Marine Corps wife. I'm currently a city councilor in Ward 5 in Rochester, New Hampshire, and I'm running for County Commissioner District 1. And you might say, what does District 1 comprise of? Well, District 1 is Somersworth, Rochester, Wards 1, 5, and 6, Farmington, New Durham, Middleton, and Milton. So I have my work cut out for me. So, just a little bit more. I am not a career politician. I actually own a small business, and that small business is 207 years old. We aged very gracefully. I'm a taxpayer, obviously a city councilor, and someone who has spent years attending meetings, reading documents, and asking questions. For approximately the last 4 years, I have attended almost every single county commissioner weekly meeting. I have missed a few. I have attended the executive committee meetings. I attended the subcommittee meetings on the nursing home. And what really got me really curious about the county was when Mark Graves stole $19,000. And when that hit the newspapers, my butt was at the next county commissioners meeting asking why that happened and why the controls weren't put into place. Now I'll also share with you that my other little piece of trivia is I don't have them on tonight. I have my Dorothy shoes on tonight. You can sometimes or most of the time see me wearing my red cowboy boots. And I had the distinct pleasure a couple of weeks ago of meeting up with my buddy George McGlaris, and he goes, "I like your boots." And I turned around to him and I said, "Yes, do you know what it stands for?" And he said, "No." And I said, "It's known as a boot in your ass, it's the American way." And that just about floored him. So that tells you a little bit about my personality. I am not afraid to go up against George if I get elected as a county commissioner and try to make some changes. I'm a very transparent person. I like to hold people accountable. I I like to be held accountable. I'm always willing to learn, and with God's will, I will win this seat. Thank you.
I'll tell you, this individual, he did last minute put his name on the ballot to run for county commissioner for District 3, Bob Drew. Come on over, young man.
It wasn't last minute, we had about 10 minutes left. My background is, I grew up in Barrington. I served 3 years in the Army. I got out, I'm a retired Army. So I apologize for the people that had to be in the Marines or the Navy. The Army is the best. I started the Republican Party in Barrington in 2020, the first time that they had one for quite a while. We now join with Stratford, and we meet every month. I've been an insurance broker for a number of years after I got out of the Army. I owned a bookstore, so I was a small business owner, so I have some background there. I'm running in District 3, which is Barrington, Madbury, Stratford, Dover 5 and 6, and Rochester 2, 3, and 4. I'm not sure how they divide those up, but that's what I'm with. So I'm running, actually, I believe I'll be on the ballot with another Republican, Shawn Levitt, who's a Republican in name, but from what I understand, the Democrats aren't running anyone against him because he votes Democrat 99% of the time anyway. So hopefully, he may be on the ballot, he may not be on the ballot, but I guess I'll be running against him first, which, when you run against a Republican, you have to run a little bit different than when you run against a Democrat. So my first part of my campaign is going to be, I think, running against a Republican. When I get through the primary, then I'll be running against a Democrat. So it's my first time for a county commissioner. And a little bit of history about me. My family's been Republican for a number of years. My parents, my grandparents, except for my brother, who a few years ago went to the dark side. I'm not sure why. But my grandfather was actually from Barrington, a selectman, state rep. He also was a county commissioner, and he ran the county farm back in the late 50s, early 60s when I was a kid. So I got some history there with the county. Be happy to have everyone's support if I can. If you live in those districts, please contact me. I haven't started a campaign yet, but I'm going to be getting it going. So I just signed up at the last minute. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell a little bit of history on this, guys. On the county commissioner, they are having a primary, but the two people that are running against them are not Republicans. They switched their party affiliation to Republicans that are actually Democrats. They change the party to have us primary each other. They give it an illusion that it's going to be bipartisan. It isn't. So with that being said, the fight for those two are starting today, and it's going all the way through the primary, because at the end of the day, that's who we're fighting against. So definitely, if you've got some support for them, people want to knock doors, help out in any which way, please contact them and let them know. Okay? I'm going to go back to District 12, Philip Hood. Come on over. He just joined on board. He signed his name up this past week.
So, my name's Phil Hood, and nobody calls me Philip, except my mother.
Sorry.
You're in trouble.
So I grew up in Somersworth. I went to Catholic school, went to Somersworth High School. I know Rollinsford and Somersworth. I will be a true representative. I mean, I've done everything. I went to Portsmouth Tech, got my degree back then. I've been in New Hampshire industry for 40 years now, and I'm still turning screws and cutting steel this morning. So I still work for a living. I'm not retired yet, but I'm working on it. And I want to try to get the train back on the tracks. I kind of feel like it's been something weird that I've been watching lately in local government. And that's my goal, is to try to help get everything right again. And with everybody's help here and some votes, I'll do that. You can count on me. I'm a Republican for sure.
Hands down. You know, tonight, like I keep on saying, it's about unity and fighting and so on and so forth. I'm very humbled to have other candidates, not just in the Greater Dover Republican Committee. You have people from Barrington, Sandown, Manchester, and everything else. So we got a couple more people we're going to bring up. I think it's due that I'm going to start with the guy the furthest away from us, Representative Jim Cooper. Come on over. Hillsborough 32.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. My name is Jim Kofal. I live in Wilton, and I'm finishing up my third term in the House right now. I serve as the Speaker Pro Tem. So I announced back in January that I intended to throw my hat in the ring for Speaker of the House for this coming year. So for all those of you who are running for the House, I would love to talk to you about the Speaker's race, tell you a little bit more about what the Speaker does, what is the role, responsibilities of the Speaker, and why I think I'm the best person for the job. I also, just a little bit of background on me, some of the issues that I've championed include medical freedom. Coming out of COVID, there were a lot of concerns about people's opportunity to make choices in healthcare, so that's been a big deal for me. I filed the bathroom bill back a couple of years ago when everybody said it's a crazy idea, don't go there. Governor Sununu vetoed it first time around, and then we've had a couple more that have been vetoed since, but really trying to protect women's spaces. I think that's very, very important. I believe in free markets, very strong Second Amendment person. I think probably ideas that a lot of you share. Again, I want to thank everybody who's stepping up to run, because it is a sacrifice. A lot of people don't realize that who aren't in it. But when you step up to run, especially in a citizen legislature, it's a sacrifice. If you're running in a district that's a really tough district, you are helping the team. Trust me, you're helping the team. So I really appreciate that. I would say never sort of count yourself out. I think we've seen people pull upset victories. Just get out there and make it happen. I've been training candidates to run for office since 2016, I think. I was one of the co-founding members of the 603 Alliance, designed the training program that I think a lot of you have been through. Jenny Wilson and I have worked together very closely in that organization. So I know a lot about how to help candidates. Happy to help you, happy to answer questions. If you're a candidate, you may have already received a mailing from me. If you're newly added as a candidate, I'd love to get your contact information before we leave here. But there are a couple of items over here. Number one, a refrigerator magnet with some convenient, sort of a list of dates that you should be aware of as a candidate. And then my palm card will tell you a little bit about me, and it includes my contact information. So again, I'll be reaching out to all of you. Thanks again for running, and best of luck with your races. Let me know how I can help.
When I took over Dover, one of the biggest things is I've always been supportive of Stratford County committees in general. It's about helping everybody out, and I started going to the Barrington committee meetings quite frequently to try to embrace them, support them, whatever I could do to help them. So we got a couple great candidates over there as well. I'm going to start with it's District 4 for Barrington and Stratford. I'm going to start with you, Tanya Rich.
Hello everybody. I went to the training this past week to support my friend Joanne, who's also running, and I decided last minute, let's do this. So I signed up on Monday. I am honored and excited to have this opportunity to serve my community. Little bit about me. I moved to Stratford about 17 years ago to marry my high school sweetheart. And I was kind of worried about it. My husband said, you're going to love New Hampshire. And he was right. I got involved, started a network of young moms in town. Later, I started going to school board meetings when my son, was young, and got to feel the culture there. And I sat on a Common Core committee back then. That was when it was coming in, and we thought we had a chance, but as you know, it's there. Later, I sat on the SAU committee where we broke off from 44, which we wanted more local control and more say in how our school ran. And we brought it to vote and it happened. So I've run for Stratford School Board a couple of times. And I love this state. I had no idea I would want to be so involved in what matters to people and what goes on at the State House. And I'm ready to help you all do walking or whatever. Please contact me and I will be there for you. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Also District 4. Go ahead and come on.
So, I've been a Barrington resident for 25 years and I'm still a newcomer there, but I'm going to try to overcome that. And just a little bit about me real quick is I'm a former small business owner. I sold the business to go take care of my grandkids in Massachusetts. They're probably lost, but hopefully not. I was registered as an independent for many years because I liked the poll people to call me and I would give my opinion because I like to give my opinion. As anybody who knows me knows, I like to give my opinion. So here's what I'm going to try to do if I win, and I'm going to win. No income tax, fewer regulations, smaller government, local zoning control, protect children and parental rights, and support the Second Amendment. I hope I win, man, because they're going to be...
Well, together we will make it happen. So, the Vice Chair of the Stratford County Committee is running for State Rep, Mark Racek. Come on over.
I told my 3 reps that I had in Milton, I've been my whole life, born in Alabama, moved at the age of 1 to Dover. Grew up in Dover, married Somersworth, it was the only place I could afford. Went to Durham so I could get on the bay. Moved to Milton to get on the lake. It's the first time I had a Republican representative in my life. 70-something years and I finally got one. And I got 3 good ones. And one of them is going to step down this year, give me a shot to actually get my piece into Concord for one or 2 terms, and she can have it back. I want to be that part-time guy. Not to mention I'm getting a little older. I thought about running in 2016. And it's 10 years ago I would have had a little more energy than I have now. Anyway, I'm thrilled to be able to help, and I feel now that having run 3 times into a brick wall in Durham and supported the party in general, that I'm now mature enough to actually make a difference much more than I would have had I got the opportunity the first time I ran. So, get to know you. I've seen you all probably 5,000 times at all these events. We've all got to know each other well. And I'm having a barbecue and boat rides at my house in Milton on August 22nd. All the proceeds will be county money for those that win. I'm not taking a dime of expenses. It's all going to be for the county. Don't know how many people are going to show up. It'll be on WinRed when Carol gets it up. And you're all invited.
Thank you. Good friend of mine, huge supporter of Dover. I'm very happy to have her here. District 5, Rochester, Jenny Wilson. Yay!
Can you all see me? My name is Jenny Wilson.
talk very loud, but I've been a resident of New Hampshire for about 20-some years. And like, you know, that song by Kickoff, I think it's like, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I was born in New York, raised in Puerto Rico, and I joined the Air Force straight out of college through ROTC. I went to serve in Southern California, my first assignment with the Air Force. My second, I went to Europe. Then I met my husband, we got married, I got out, had kids, and we traveled all over the world. Then we ended up in New Hampshire. And I'm telling you, this is the first place that I have ever been that I get to meet my representatives face to face. Senators, state reps, governors, face to face. And I've been everywhere, from Florida, Arizona, California, Alaska, Pennsylvania. Never met anybody. But here is so amazing that your representatives are willing to come to your place, meet you, talk the issues face to face. So this is a great place to run, and I'm running for District 5, which is Ward 1 in Rochester. And I'm excited, and I wish you all well, and I think we have a good chance. So,
absolutely. Just so you know, I'm very good at blindsiding people when they get to speak. They didn't know she was going to speak. She's like, I'm going to get here later. Don't worry about it. So we got a couple other people from out of town, then I'll finish this up today. I got Matt Brooks. He's running for state rep in Sandown. Come on over, say a couple words.
Talk about blindsiding. I know I didn't speak here today. I know this is for Stratford County. So my name is Matthew Brooks. I am running for state rep in District 9, Rockingham, Sandown. I'm a UNH graduate of 2026. And honestly, I don't have any near as good a resume as a lot of people that have just spoken. But I have the effort. I started already door knocking. I found out I was getting primaried about 2 weeks before filing. And since then, I have also now heard that the person primary shit talking me. So, I got that going for me. You know, I'm not a big fan of Republican infighting, but you got that. So I'm out there every day. I do a lot of door knocking. I do a lot of sign holding in my town. And honestly, I just look for support whenever I can get it. The town isn't necessarily like that I'm running. It's a town that likes older people running. They like having people with a lot of experience. And you know, I don't really have that. But I do have the effort to go out and do what I think is right and try to help the people of my town. So if you want to check me out, my website is MatthewBrooks4nh.com, and any support really helps.
Thank you. My most important thing, I met him at the College of Republicans, because I'll swing over to Durham and hang out with the cool kids, okay, over at UNH. And I met him over there, and he came up to me and says, you know, Shawn, what can I do to run? I'm going to run, and so forth, and X, Y, and Z. Asked me some questions, and I'll tell you, I went out to Sandown when he signed up. Definitely was happy to be out there to help support you, because young kids getting involved in politics is super, super important, and we got to embrace anybody who wants to step up and run for us. And don't worry about people crap talking you, because I get talked bad about all the time, because I'm in the great city of Dover. Okay? Dover. That's like, that happens all the time. That's never going to change. So whatever, just keep it going, one foot in front of the other. Representative Castlereagh, Manchester. You got to come over. A couple words. You came from Manchester. You're supporting us.
I was hiding in the back for a reason.
I knew you were here, so can't hide from me.
So I'm Representative Stephen Castlereagh. I serve Manchester's Ward 12. So I'm going to give you some advice. I was the closest race in the state. So anybody that's running in this room for state rep, I won by 6 votes on election night. 7 votes, sorry, my wife corrected me. So it was 9 after the recount. So being the closest race in the state, I know exactly what it takes to get every single vote, because I literally had to do it. So knocking every door is important. But beyond that, when you're at the polls, I stayed until the last person voted. Every single person in line in front of me was the reason that I won. because every one of them pretty much voted for me because I was the only one standing there with them, rooting them on. And obviously it was a big sign-up day because it was the Trump brought everybody out, and we had about 200 people in line 2 hours after the polls closed. So staying there with a flashlight so they could fill out their paperwork was the reason that I won. So don't think that anything is. Do everything you can, basically, because it could matter. That's all I got.
Thank you. Like I said, I've been around the state to multiple committees. I've been probably one of the most active committee members that I could across the state. You can ask any of the people from Manchester over in Sandown. I've been everywhere. And I'll tell you, we have built such a great organization. Everybody, Matt seen it yesterday at the debate, at the Scott Brown in the federal candidates debate last night, that everybody knows where Dover's on the map. At one time they thought we didn't even have a member, like Republicans in Dover. They're like, they have a committee? You know how many times I heard that? I will tell you, we're on the map. We got a big old flag in the ground. And I'll tell you, we're not gonna stop. I have high energy, high support for each and every one of us. And at the end of the day, there's nothing you can say to me that's gonna get us to fail. Because at the end of the day, we don't try, we fail. If we don't fight, we fail. If we don't stand up, we fail. So at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says, and I said it at every meeting, never ever say we cannot win in Dover, because that is a lie. Because we can't. Anything's achievable when we're united, okay? I will tell most of the people always say, Shawn, you always think of all the people. You never actually talk. You never take the time to actually do it. You wing it half the time. I do. You know why? That's always been my style since I was a little kid. You can ask my mother, she'll tell you. I've always been a man of my own word and my own mission, and I'm actually going to be a little formal today for the first time, because if I don't do it, my right-hand man is going to kick me in the ass and tell me, hey, you got to get moving. And then my campaign manager over there is going to yell at me and scream at me, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
So I am going to look at my notes. I've never been the greatest at, reading things and trying to memorize things, because that's never been my style. But my name, which people know, I'll do it for the camera purposes, but my name is Shawn Mikelonis. I'm running for the State Senate District 4 against David Waters. Contest of Dover, Barrington, Somersworth, and Rollinsford. This race is very personal to me, because these communities are my home, been my home. I've been raised in the Seacoast area. I went to Dover, Somersworth high schools. Dover has always been the center of my life. I grew up here. I built my career here. I got educated, I'm gonna say it purposely that way. Today I continue to live, work, and strive for the community I love. I love this community dearly. And I know things can change in the right way, in the right direction. I know it can. I got hope in people, in general. Many of you know me for years in public service, former state representative, chairman of the Greater Dover Republican Committee. Others know me from a community involvement, volunteer work, local events, and some know me through my career in the music industry. A lot of people don't know I got platinum records on my wall. I've traveled all over the place, did shows, I've been to California, been to Florida, been everywhere. And a lot of people don't know that about me. I've had the privilege of helping lead projects, earning multiple platinum records. Experience taught me to build teams, manage budgets, solve problems, deliver results, regardless of what you think. I accept everybody's opinion the way it is, and I'm not right about everything. Something somebody tells me might hit home and say, maybe I should have thought of that. I'm not a computer, it is what it is. Skills I bring, that's what I'm gonna bring back from Concord, is those skills. Leadership, accountability, affordability. My job is to work, not just with the Republican delegates, but across the aisles. If we don't work across the aisle, nothing's gonna get done. People are gonna get outpriced in the community. They're going to be shipped out. Our elderly is not going to be able to live in our community. People are not going to be able to buy groceries. They're not going to be able to afford a car. They're not going to be able to afford gas. We probably wouldn't be able to afford a restaurant like this, get a pizza at a stand, because we're not going to be able to afford to eat a slice of pizza. At the end of the day, that's what we need. We need accountable people in Concord. We don't have any accountability. Stratford County has been led by the Democrats for many, many years. Where has that got us? Yeah, we might control the House, we might control the Senate, we got the governor's spot, but it's not on us there. It's about the people who are supposed to be here representing us. Not the people in Manchester, not the people in Colebrook, not the people in Littleton, New Hampshire. It's about the representation here in Stratford County, in Dover, in Somersworth. I am fired up about this because they are doing nothing for us. Nothing at all for us. They're not representing the people. They represent their self-interest, and they're representing the democratic philosophies. And the reason why I know that, because I was a Democrat at one time. A lot of people don't know. I was a Democratic state rep, 2006, 2008. I represented the entire city of Rochester, okay? And that was a red city. I hit 3,800 homes, door to door, worked my ass off. I won. You know what I found out when I got up there? No accountability. Special interest groups everywhere. Couldn't even speak my mind. I couldn't even represent the people who were supposed to. With that being said, I did not agree with it. I fought against the Democratic Party, and I loved every second of it. I worked with the Republican Party. I will tell you, I'm fired up to prove one thing. The Republican Party is the party that represents the people, not special interest groups, period. I'm telling you, people haven't seen me bad. I'm always kind. This makes me mad. It infuriates me, because I'll tell you, I've been on that side. I did not like what I saw on that side. I couldn't, like Jimbo, you know me for years. I stood up against everything that is wrong, and the Democratic Party is wrong.
I was a Democrat myself. I was actually an elected official in the state of Connecticut.
Yes.
And now I'm independent, but I want to tell you this right now. All you Republicans have my vote.
With that being said, that's what I'm going to bring back. It's true representation that we're supposed to. I crossed the Democratic Party last year when I ran for mayor. I got my ass kicked. You know why? Because I made it a Republican against a Democrat. What is wrong with society? It's about people for people, not Democrat against Republican. I will tell you, I'm Republican to the core. I'll stand ground with the Republican Party. I've already proven that. I've already shown that. And I even shown people that who I truly am. We raised $28,000 in the Dover Committee in the last year and a half. You'd be lucky that we ran 900,000, 1,500 maybe. You know? It's about accountability and leadership, and honestly, we already shown leadership. And I got to own it up to the affirmative. Jimmy Wilson, Mark Grayson, everybody that has been active with the Dover Committee. My friend Sam from Newmarket, he comes down. Monique, Ginger Coggin, my mother, John Otto, John Shaw, the Rices. I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's about us fighting together. Don't shake your head, because you showing up to events, supporting Dover, supports all of us. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Matt Freeman coming up and doing our web design. Great website for me. I'll tell you, without him, I would have to do it myself. I'll be burying myself. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to lose my hair. But I went off script tonight, but at the same time, I'm fired up about this. You know, people like Brian Cole, standing up for New Hampshire every day, running for the United States Congress, keeping on point. People like Scott Brown, seeing him fired up yesterday, saying, hey, I'm taking a fight. I represent the people. I'm a true independent representing the people. That alone is important to me because that sends the right message, okay? I'll stand beside each and every one of you guys. Hands down, I'll fight with you. We'll hit doors together. I'll go to Barrington, I'll go to Rollinsford, I'll go to Manchester, I'll go to anywhere you want to go. I don't have a primary. Every day is a general election to me. And at the end of the day, I ain't going down to Newmarket, which I've been in the Newmarket committee a couple times. 6 people, great people, but at the same time, it's about unity. It's about bringing us together. And I'm very, very pleased to be the chairman of the Greater Dover Republican Committee. I'm very pleased to be a representative on the E-Board for New Hampshire GOP. I'm very pleased that we have the honor to meet people from Wilton, Manchester, all across this great state. So I want to say God bless the United States, God bless the state of New Hampshire, and God bless each and every one of you. And Andy Down, God bless you, my friend.
Thanks.
He's everywhere. I think this was my best speech I ever spoke. I guess you guys can see the fired up. So I do got a couple other people. Andy Down, I need you to say a couple words. You're running for state rep for Farmington.
Yeah.
And we got a camera. Come on over and Farmington.
Been holding that camera for 50 minutes now. My name's Andy Down, running for state rep for Farmington, District 1. I'm currently on the planning board of the town. I worked with Brian and a couple other politicians, both sides of the aisle, to push forward the proposal for a VA hospital, full service VA hospital. And through their work and the town's support, we got like $1.2 million for our veterans. I am a veteran, I'm a combat veteran. I went in the Marine Corps when I was 17 years old, and I served in Marine Corps infantry. Got out, got a degree in automotive technology, then I went back in the military, worked on tanks. Then I went to OCS, Officers Candidate School. I got commissioned at Fort Benning, Georgia. Field artillery officer. I was a liaison officer during Katrina relief. We stood back up a major metropolitan city. I was actually honored by the police department. They made me an official New Orleans police officer, gave me a patch and everything. And then I went to Iraq. And there I was a historian, recorded the history for the military. And got a little too close to a couple of mortar rounds. Broke bones in my neck. Broke my teeth. Got my teeth capped, went right back to work. Didn't know I was hurt until I got home. 6 years in and out of VA hospitals, traumatic brain injury, broken neck. Ended up having most of my cervical spine replaced. And I went back to college. I got a degree in art. I'm a jury member and lead craftsman for Stained Glass. I took my knowledge and experience working with in New Orleans and Iraq as a historian, and I started recording history for my college's political department. And I donate everything that I take from both parties to the political department for the students so they can learn actual history, unadulterated history, not what they see on TV, little sound bites, or tag ads. They actually can learn from history. I ended up joining the planning board, and I love it. I'm serving my community. It's not political, because you serve with people from both sides of the aisle. That's how you get stuff done. We agree on 90% of everything, Democrats and Republicans. If we can focus on that 90% and get it done, we can always argue about the 10%. That's the way I look at it. When I get elected, because I plan on getting elected, I'm going there to serve my town and this state. And I will work with the party. I have my own ethics. I am a conservative, and I will not violate my ethics. But there's a lot we can work on. When you have to work with federal agencies, DEA, FBI, ATF, FEMA, rebuild the community, you learn a lot about what it takes to stand back up a major metropolitan city. I think I can use what I've learned in my life as an enlisted NCO officer and the different things that I've experienced to help my state and to help my town. That's pretty much it.
So we got a couple people updates. I got a message from Scott Brown. He was going to come tonight. He had a family obligation, and I told him family comes first. So I told him to enjoy, take care of family first. He is definitely in huge support of me. He endorsed me. He's been backing me, and he's going to back the Dover committee. He's going to back everybody running because he's a fighter, and he believes that we can win some seats in Rockingham County.
You want me to say a word? Or?
Say a word. Come on over.
I'll be very brief, guys. I'm Ryan Hawks. I'm with Senator Brown's campaign. I work with Caroline Levitt in 22, with Russell Prescott in 24. I've been staffing national races since McCain Palin. I'm dating myself. I'm joining the Gray Hair Club soon. Don't worry, I won't be using Rogaine just yet, but I'm getting there. So I want to just say quickly, not really about Senator Brown. He's a town assessor, he's a state rep, he's a state senator. He understands very much uniquely what you guys are doing, and you guys are local candidates. That's part of what makes America great. He's risen up the ranks, he's working hard doing what he's doing, but again, what I think is unique about him is his desire and his commitment to be a supporter of the state party. He has been here full time. He's lived in New Hampshire since 1990 in a house out in Ryde, it's a nice little place. If you get out there. He has been here for 14 years full time. He has been a strong, solid supporter of the party. He supports all the organizations. He holds barbecues. He goes to events. He's a hard grassroots campaigner, and he really understands what you guys are going through. And he's trying his best to support everyone. He may have a certain amount of money, doesn't have as much as Mr. Sununu, but our campaign is really a grassroots campaign, and that we really want to help people like Shawn. We want to help all you guys that we're co-fault. We're here to try to help everyone we possibly can. We're united in mission, and we all understand the nitty-gritty, the hard work. Current members of the House, Deborah, former member, you guys know what it's like that, to get out there and stick stakes in sand, and you're out there hammering signs into the ground. We all know what that's like. Scott himself knows what it's like. You're knocking doors in the heat, in the sun, rain, sleet, rain or shine, whatever it is. So I like obviously telling people that Scott really does care about that. I'll add one quick story. It's not really about Scott in a way. 15 years ago when he was a senator in Massachusetts, he was at Walter Reed, and he saw a young guy in his 20s, lost part of his arm, part of his leg, purple hardwood cluster Silver Star recipient. The guy was doing push-ups, and he went to Senator Brown and said, "Sir, I'm going back." And the parents were like, "Nope, not going back." And Senator Brown, Scott said to him, "You ever need me for anything, I don't care, any time of the day now or 20 years from now, you call me." A year ago, the guy's mother found Scott's son's daughter's mother-in-law or something on the Cape in Nantucket. I said, "Are you related to Scott Brown?" And she said, yeah, well, my son married his daughter and whatnot. He said, "Well, my son told me that Scott Brown 15 years ago said if you need anything to call him." So Scott called him. He was taking the bar at a place in Western Mass. This is a guy, again, with disabilities, no ADA amenities were given to him. They were violating the ADA, the American Disabilities Act. Scott got involved and basically called the law school and said, "I'll make it short, I will F you up." He basically said, "I will make your guy's life a living hell." The guy had a 1.99, needed a 2 to get through law school. Meanwhile, some of the DEI people who were getting a 1.2, they were fine. But this guy with a Purple Heart cluster and a Silver Star, they were giving him hell. Scott said, "Me and my wife Gail from Channel 5 are going to come to your school with every news van in Massachusetts and the best lawyer in Boston, and you guys are going to get sued for at least $15 million. I'm not messing around." An hour later, the board called and said, "Oh, he's fine, everything's good." Scott just signed his bar slip the other day, and he's now practicing. He's an assistant district attorney, I think, in Norfolk County. So that's just an example of the kind of guy Scott is. If he gives you his word and says he's going to be there, he's going to be there. He's going to talk to you guys. He's going to be there. I think half the people in this room might even have his cell phone at this point. 603-828-9220. Call him anytime. If he can pick up, he will. He understands and he wants to support the party and be a regular guy in Washington, to be there for the people. No gimmicks, no special belief that he's better than anyone else. He's out there campaigning, so you can see him. Anything from me, you guys want help. State rep campaigns, anything you need, I'm here to help. Scott doesn't need me, my time is here, I barely sleep. You call me at 3 a.m., I'm up, I'll take the call, I don't care. So, yeah, that's what I got to say, and I want everyone to work hard, and if anyone needs me, let me know.
Thank you.
got a representative from Anthony Di Lorenzo. Come on over.
Hell yeah.
He's a Dover resident too, so we can not give him a hard time now.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Elliot Boone. I'm representing Anthony Di Lorenzo. So just want to make the case for Anthony. He's running for CD1. So yeah, obviously, yeah, here we go. So Anthony, you don't know who he is. He's a Seacoast business owner. He's a large business owner. He owns the Key Auto Group. Over the last 25 years, he's really built this business. He knows what it takes to really live the American dream. And what really speaks to me as a young person while I'm advocating for him is that he understands how budgets work. And I'm going to go over a couple of key issues that I think he'd do really, really well with in Congress. He's going to focus on small business issues. He said it last night at the forum. He wants to keep government out of the way and let businesses solve issues. They're the best at managing resources. I think that's a big deal. He's big on the border. He's going to secure our northern and southern border, and we all agree that is necessary in today's age. But lastly, the federal budget is out of control. The deficit spending is going to blow up one day, and my generation is going to have to pick up that mess and run with it. So if we can get someone in there right now that knows how to manage money, is willing to stand up to career politicians. Anthony, another reason why I'm advocating for him is like he's been in business his entire life. He's not trying to be a politician. He really just absolutely does not want a Democrat to be in that seat. And he to be in the next for 20 years. Everything Shawn's been saying about Democrats just being completely bought out by all the special interest groups and everything. It's like he's got his own money. Who's gonna buy? Like he's gonna make it. So he's willing to fight for the people. He knows how business works. He's really, I believe, the guy that will turn New Hampshire red at CD1 after 10 years of Democratic control. If we could turn Congress, this seat, red, it will blow everyone's mind. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm representing Anthony Di Lorenzo.
I want to tell you guys, I will tell you, we have a great delegation of people running for the United States Congress and the United States Senate. Each and every one of them are wonderful. And I will tell you, Brian Cole, Scott Brown has been non-stop supporting the Dover Committee, hands down. Almost every event, I will tell you, they show up, they deliver, and they represent us to the fullest. They even talk about us in other communities and stuff. So I got nothing but respect for you, Brian. And Pauline Nevaleski's been a huge supporter as well. I will also say that Melissa Bailey has and Di Lorenzo has as well. But I'll tell you, out of the people, and I'm just a straight shooter, straight to the honest point, no endorsements, no doing, because I believe that we got to keep it fair. Let them get through the primary, and I'm going to support whoever the hell gets through the primary. Because at the end of the day, I don't care. I just know that we need representation in DC, so us, the Senate, New Hampshire Senate, when I get my seat, and the state representatives, be able to lean on them to try to bring some money back to New Hampshire, to bring it back to the local community so we can help our property taxes and affordability issues in our community. And get people be able to live a little bit better and be able to breathe. And David Eversource Waters, and I say Eversource because he's in bed with Eversource, which if you look at your bills on Eversource, it's skyrocketing. You know why? Because they got a monopoly. So with that being said, that's something we're gonna go at. And I will tell you, I do not support a state income tax and never will. Hands down, I'm going to fight. And another thing is, no windmills in the middle of the ocean. That's going to kill our industry, and that's going to kill our fisheries, and that's going to kill our New Hampshire way of life. So, I was going to say that earlier, but you know, I just got on a tangent because I got really mad with the Democrats. So, with that being said, I really appreciate you guys coming down. I really appreciate your support across the board. I will tell you the Democrats are targeting the New Hampshire Senate. They're trying to fight every which way to take the Senate over so they can have some kind of control. We got to stop them from doing that. So it's going to start, if anybody can donate to Mikelonis for New Hampshire Senate, give me some money. I'm not going to just spend it on myself. I'm not selfish. My goal is to raise as much money so the Democrats spend more money, and then I'm going to use that money to support not just myself, but the entire group of us. Do some mailers, we'll do some events, go 9 yards. That's why my campaign sponsored the gala that we just had for military veterans. I put up $500 of my own money from my campaign to support a great cause. So we put some money back into veterans' hands. I supported Belknap County. I spent like $300 for they needed some money. So I supported the boat ride up there, went up there and met some great people. I went up to Manchester. We beat Manchester by, in a bowling competition. Sorry, I still need the trophy from you guys. I'm gonna come and collect that very soon. Oh no, I'm gonna get another one. I want more. No, I'm joking. I am gonna be setting up a fundraiser on that in Portsmouth. So we'll have some fun. Manchester's gonna come down and try to get the trophy back, which they have no shopping in prayer. We're gonna keep that. We own that. Matt came in the clutch.
We won by 1 pin. It's
one pin.
An extra round.
But
was that pin or was that 10 pin?
It was candle pin because I couldn't lift the balls. I was like going like this. I needed my exercise. So we have one more announcement. We're going to announce a couple of events, but before we end, I want to say thank you again. Anyone you can support me with, I'd be grateful. My goal is to raise about $20,000 to $30,000 because I'm going to tell you, they are going to look at that and they're going to freak out. They're already starting to freak out. If you haven't noticed today, guys, they don't do protests during the week. They have it on both sides of the streets today. And David Waters is doing the first event he's ever done on a campaign kickoff. He has not done a campaign kickoff in over 10 years. So with that being said, I'm planning on crashing it. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it. If I crash it, I'm very humble about it. I'll walk in, do the what is it, Trump shimmy, and then I'll turn around and walk out. Thank you. But I really appreciate you. Oh, the YMCA.
God.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. I won't dress up like them. I'm not that good on dress-up games, but I really appreciate you guys. You had an event you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just quickly, if you are a candidate in mostly legislature, but really any Republican candidate, the 603 Alliance is holding an event on July 14th. It's called the Issues Briefing. We started doing these probably 10 years ago. If you're knocking doors and you want to be able to talk about the issues, not just how you feel about the issues, but what has happened in the legislature over the past 2 years. What were the bills? What were the talking points on our side? What were the talking points on the other side? What was the result? If you want to hear those kinds of details, sign up for the Issues Briefing. It's a free event. Go to 603alliance.org. It's on July 14th in Concord.
And I've already signed up. Whoever wants to do it, we'll just go and do it because getting all the information we can is going to be a good thing.
Jim, you have time for that?
Go to 603 Alliance.
I got an email for you. I just got it today. Did you have anything, Deborah?
Oh, no, I think it's fine.
So if you guys want to do it, but thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your time.